Welcome to English in Native Voice, where every lesson brings you one step closer to thinking, speaking, and understanding English naturally.
If you're a returning viewer, you already know we're committed to helping you achieve fluency, and today we're taking a significant step forward in your language journey. In this episode, we're going beyond the basics and diving into advanced English shadowing practice. We'll focus on the nuanced elements that distinguish a good speaker from a truly fluent one. This isn't just about repeating words. It's about mastering the music of English, capturing the stress, rhythm, and emotional tone that bring conversations to life. Our goal is to train your brain and your mouth to work together seamlessly, so you can sound more natural and confident in any situation. This practice is for you if you're ready to elevate your speaking and truly make English your own. Before we jump into our exercises, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an opportunity to practice with us. Now let's get ready to push our boundaries and get a real workout. All right, let's begin with our advanced shadowing practice. I'll be speaking at a more natural conversational speed, and I want you to repeat after me, focusing on matching my intonation and the way I connect my words. Remember, the goal is not just to say the words correctly, but to feel the rhythm of a native speaker. Let's begin with a more detailed morning routine. I'll say a phrase and you repeat it, trying to mimic my flow. Are you ready? Let's go. I usually wake up around 7, hit the snooze button once, and then finally get out of bed. The first thing I do is head to the bathroom to brush my teeth and splash some cold water on my face. After a quick shower, I grab a fresh set of clothes and get dressed for the day ahead. I'll brew a strong cup of coffee and fix myself some toast before checking my phone for the latest news. Then I'm out the door by 8:15, usually catching the 8:20 bus to work. I get to the office just before 9 and settle in for the day. My mornings are typically a whirlwind of replying to emails, catching up with colleagues, and a stand-up meeting with the team. I try to take a short break around 11 for a refill on my coffee. Lunch is usually a quick bite at my desk, but sometimes I'll grab something to go. By the time 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm usually ready to wrap things up. I'll head out of the office and take a walk to the bus stop, enjoying a little fresh air. Once I'm home, I just want to put my feet up, relax on the sofa, and maybe catch up on a show. Then it's time to whip up some dinner before sitting down to eat with my family. After dinner, I'll clear the table and load up the dishwasher. My evenings wind down with a nice hot shower, reading a book, and then I'm off to bed by 10. Now let's go back and practice the same sentences with a much more fluid pace. Focus on linking the words together. Repeat with me again. I usually wake up around 7. Head to the bathroom, brush my teeth, splash water on my face. After a quick shower, I get dressed for the day ahead. Brew a strong coffee, fix some toast, and check the news. I'm out the door by 8:15, taking the bus to work. Get to the office just before 9, settle in. My mornings are a whirlwind of emails, catching up, and meetings. I take a short break around 11 for a coffee refill. Lunch is a quick bite at my desk. By 5, I'm ready to wrap things up. Walk to the bus stop, go home, and relax on the sofa. Catch up on a show, whip up dinner, and eat with my family. Clear the table, load the dishwasher, take a shower, read a book, and I'm out cold by 10. Shadowing these rapid-fire conversations helps you get comfortable with the natural pace of English. It also helps you absorb common idiomatic expressions and colloquial questions that you'll need in real life. Let's do another one, focusing on a more formal setting. Hello, I'd like to place an order for a coffee, please. Certainly, what can I get for you? Just a single cappuccino. Would you prefer that hot or iced? Hot, please. Would you care for any sugar? No, thank you, no sugar. All right, your total comes to $4. Here you go. Thank you. Your coffee will be ready for you shortly. Now let's practice a conversation at the supermarket. Excuse me, I'm looking for milk. Can you point me in the right direction? Sure, that's in aisle 5, just to your right. Thank you. Do you happen to carry fresh baked bread? Yes, it's right up front by the entrance. Great, I'll grab a loaf. Could I get a bag for that? Of course, that'll be $6. Here you are. Have a great day. You too, thanks. Now let's really turn up the speed and tone with our shadowing practice. Try to keep up as best as you can and don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to train your mouth and ears to work together in real time. So let's try this a little quicker. I'm up, I brush my teeth, I get showered, I get dressed. I make some coffee. I eat breakfast. I check my messages. I leave the house. I go to work. I talk to my coworkers. I write some emails. I take a quick lunch. I finish work. I head home. I relax. I watch a show. I make dinner. I eat with my family. I clean the kitchen. I take a shower. I go to bed. Let's do one more round with more emotion and expression. Pay attention to how the voice rises and falls. Hey, how's it going? Pretty good, and you? Not bad, just absolutely exhausted. It was a really long day. Yeah, me too, so many meetings. Same here. Hey, want to grab a coffee later to de-stress? Oh, sure, I'd love that. Practicing emotional tone is crucial for advanced fluency. We don't speak like robots. We use our voices to convey a wide range of feelings, from excitement and happiness to surprise and fatigue. Shadowing helps you master these subtle vocal cues by copying real expressions with emotion. Now let's work on a mini story. I'll narrate a short story and you'll repeat each sentence after me, trying to capture the feeling and flow. Ready? Okay. Sarah is a third-year college student at NYU. She's originally from Boston. She starts every morning at 6 sharp, heading out for a brisk run in Central Park. After her run, she showers and makes herself a bowl of oatmeal with fresh berries. She then catches the subway downtown, arriving at the university just in time for her first class. In class, she takes meticulous notes and actively participates in discussions. She usually meets up with her friends for lunch, where they catch up and share a few laughs. The rest of her afternoon is spent studying in the library, working on her research paper. She gets back home around 6 and whips up a quick pasta dish for dinner. Afterward, she'll settle in on the couch to watch a documentary before turning in for the night. That's a pretty typical day for Sarah. Now let's shadow the story again with a more natural cadence. Focus on the pauses and the way the phrases connect. Sarah's a third-year student in New York. She wakes up early for a run in the park. She showers, eats oatmeal, and takes the subway to class. She takes notes, meets friends for lunch, and studies in the library. She heads home, eats dinner, watches TV, and then gets some sleep. Mini stories like these help you internalize more complex sentence structures and a wider range of vocabulary. They also provide crucial context, which makes learning and remembering a lot easier. Let's do another routine with a new character. Let's continue our advanced shadowing practice with another short story. This time we'll follow a young man named Jason who works as a delivery driver. As you repeat after me, try to keep your voice as natural and expressive as possible. Jason starts his day around 6:30 every morning, shutting off his alarm with a groan. He'll have a good stretch and a yawn before jumping in the shower. After a quick rinse, he throws on his uniform and grabs a cup of coffee and a piece of toast. He checks his delivery schedule on his phone, then grabs his keys and heads straight for his van. He starts up the engine and drives to the warehouse to pick up the day's packages. He carefully loads them into his van, double-checking his delivery route before he sets out. He delivers packages to houses and offices, always greeting his customers with a polite smile. Sometimes he gets a chance to chat for a minute before snapping a quick photo as proof of delivery. Lunch is a brief stop at a local food truck. He keeps at it until his shift wraps up around 5 p.m. He returns the van to the warehouse, signs out for the day, and then it's time to head home. Once he's home, he takes a shower, changes into some comfortable clothes, and just relaxes. He eats dinner with his parents and watches a bit of TV before calling it a night around 10. Now let's repeat Jason's routine more fluently. Jason wakes up early, gets ready quickly, and checks his schedule. He grabs his keys, drives to the warehouse, and loads his packages. He checks his route, starts delivering, and greets people politely. He takes photos, eats lunch, and finishes his deliveries. He signs out, goes home, relaxes, eats dinner, and goes to bed. Shadowing helps you memorize these kinds of common sentence structures and verb patterns naturally. Now let's work on some practice dialogues that are a bit more challenging. These will help you respond to everyday questions and get used to short, punchy conversations. Repeat after me, trying to match the rhythm. What time do you usually get up? I'm usually up around 6:30. Are you a breakfast person? Yes, I always have some toast and eggs. What do you do right after breakfast? I get ready for work and review my schedule. How do you get to work? I take my van. It's a short drive. What does your job entail? I'm a delivery driver, so I'm on the road a lot. When do you typically break for lunch? Around 1 o'clock. Where do you usually eat? Most of the time, I grab something from a food truck. What time do you finish work? I'm usually done around 5. What do you do in the evening? I like to just chill, have dinner, and catch a show. These simple questions and answers are the backbone of conversation. Shadow them with me one more time with more speed and rhythm. What time do you get up? 6:30. Breakfast? Yes, toast and eggs. What do you do after? Get ready, check my schedule. How do you get to work? I drive. What's your job? Deliver packages. Lunch break. Around 1. Where do you eat? Food truck. When do you finish? Around 5. Evening plans? Relax, eat, watch TV. Now let's practice a slightly more involved scene at a train station. You'll hear a natural dialogue between two people. Repeat each line after me. Excuse me, does this train go all the way to Central Station? Yes, it does. That's the one you want. What time does it get in? It should arrive around 10:45. Thank you so much. And is this the correct platform? Yes, you're in the right place. You're good to go. Perfect. Thanks again. You're welcome. Have a safe trip. Let's do it again with more emotion and fluency. Excuse me, does this train go to Central? Yep, it does. What time does it get there? Around 10:45. Thanks. And is this the right platform? Yeah, it is. Perfect. Thanks again. No problem. Safe travels. Shadowing with emotion helps you sound more like a native speaker by teaching you the subtle ways we use our voice to convey meaning. Now let's try a quick exercise in a grocery store. I'll say the conversation and you'll repeat it, focusing on the flow. Hi, can I help you with anything? Yes, I'm trying to find the rice. Do you know where that is? It's over in aisle 3. Thank you. Also, do you sell almond milk? Yes, that would be in the dairy section. Great, thanks. I'll go check. Just let me know if you need anything else. Thanks, I will. Let's try that again, but much faster. Hi, need help? Yeah, where's the rice? Aisle 3. Thanks. Got almond milk? Dairy section. Great, thanks. Anytime. You're doing great so far. Let's move into a new mini story to continue our advanced shadowing practice. This one is about a woman named Laya who manages a small bookstore. Laya starts her day at 8 a.m., walking to the bookstore from her apartment a few blocks away. She enjoys the crisp morning air as she heads to work. When she arrives, she unlocks the front door, turns on all the lights, and prepares to open for the day. Her first task is to check the cash register and arrange any new book arrivals on the shelves. She sweeps the floor and sets up the reading nook before customers start to trickle in at 9 a.m. She's a natural at helping customers find books and making recommendations from the new arrivals. She handles the purchases at the counter and takes phone calls throughout the day. She takes a well-deserved break at noon, sitting in the back to enjoy a sandwich and a cold iced tea. After lunch, she restocks the shelves, updates the inventory list, and chats with a regular customer about a new mystery novel. Before closing at 6 p.m., she writes a short book review to post on the store board. She locks up, turns off the lights, and heads home, feeling tired but happy. Now, repeat Laya's day with me in smoother, more fluent sentences. Laya walks to work, opens the bookstore, and sets everything up. Customers come in, she helps them, and handles purchases. She takes a break for lunch, restocks shelves, and chats with customers. She closes the shop and walks home. Short stories like this help you develop your ability to speak in full, complex sentences. They also provide context, which is key to making the vocabulary and natural sentence patterns stick in your memory. Let's finish this part with a few more advanced shadowing questions and answers. What does Laya do for a living? She works as a bookstore clerk. What time does she start her day? She starts at 8 a.m. How does she commute to work? She walks there. What does she get up to in the mornings? She gets the store ready for customers. What does she do on her lunch break? She eats and relaxes for a bit. When does she head home? She heads home at 6 p.m. Now repeat those again with more rhythm and a quicker pace. What's her job? Bookstore clerk. When does she start? 8 a.m. How's she get there? She walks. Morning routine? Busy? Lunch? Eats a sandwich. What time? 6 p.m. You're making excellent progress. As you continue to shadow, keep your voice relaxed and confident. You're not just learning words, you're building deep-seated speaking habits that will last a lifetime. The more you do this, the more second nature English will feel. Let's continue our shadowing journey with a new story. This time about a woman named Emma who is a nurse in a hospital. We'll repeat each sentence after me, and we'll focus on fluency, pronunciation, and natural sentence flow. Emma wakes up promptly at 5 a.m., getting an early start on her day. She takes a quick shower, throws on her uniform, and grabs a small breakfast. She packs her lunch and is out the door by 6 a.m., driving to the hospital. She arrives by 6:30, greets the receptionist, and quickly reviews her patient list. She walks onto the ward, greeting her patients with a warm smile and a calm demeanor. Her morning consists of checking their vital signs and administering their medicine. She's constantly listening to their needs, communicating with the doctor, and updating their charts. She assists with minor procedures and helps out in emergencies when needed. At lunchtime, she heads to the break room for a short rest and a bite to eat. Then it's back to work to help more patients, always speaking with a kind and calming tone. Her shift finally ends at 6 p.m. when she hands off her report to the next nurse. She changes out of her uniform, drives home, and takes a long shower to unwind. She eats dinner and puts on her favorite cooking show to relax before getting to bed early. Now let's do the same routine with a smoother flow. Emma wakes up early, showers, and gets ready. She eats a quick meal, packs her lunch, and drives to work. She checks her patient list, walks the ward, and greets everyone kindly. She gives medicine, updates charts, and helps with patient care. She takes a short break, goes back to work, and finishes her shift by 6. She drives home, relaxes, eats dinner, and gets to bed early. Let's do a small Q&A shadowing practice from Emma's routine. What is Emma's profession? She's a nurse. What time does she wake up? At 5 a.m. How does she get to work? She drives her car. Where does she work? At a hospital. What are her duties there? She helps patients. What time does her shift end? It ends at 6 p.m. What does she do after work? She eats and relaxes. When does she sleep? Early. Now repeat it with shorter, more natural answers. Job? Nurse? Wake up time? 5. Commute. Drive. Workplace. Hospital. Duties. Patient care. Shift ends. 6. After work. Dinner and relax. Sleep time. Early. Next, let's shadow a dialogue from a hospital scene. This will help you build your vocabulary and get comfortable with more medical-related conversations. Repeat after me. Hello, I'm your nurse today. How are you feeling? I feel a bit run down. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you in any pain? Yes, in my lower back. Okay, I'll be sure to inform the doctor. Thank you. Could I possibly get a glass of water? Of course, I'll bring it right away. Now let's try that again with more natural flow. Hi, I'm your nurse. How's it going today? A little tired. Did you sleep okay? Not really. I was in some pain. Where exactly? Lower back. I'll tell the doctor. Thanks. Can I get some water? Sure thing, I'll bring it now. Shadowing these mini dialogues trains your ears to hear how English sounds when it's relaxed and trains your mouth to speak it smoothly. Let's move on to another everyday topic, eating at a restaurant. Repeat after me. Hello, welcome. Do you have a reservation? No, just a table for one, please. Right this way. Here's the menu. Thank you. Are you ready to order? Yes, I'll have the chicken salad. And what would you like to drink? Just water, please. Anything else for you today? No, that'll be all. Thank you. Your food will be out shortly. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. Let's repeat that a bit faster. Hi, welcome. Table for one? Yes, please. Right this way. Can I see the menu? Ready to order? Chicken salad, please. Drink? Just water. Anything else? That's it. Food will be out soon. Enjoy. Thanks. Let's now go into a story of a high school student named Kevin. Kevin is a typical 16-year-old student. He gets up at 7 a.m. He takes a quick shower before eating a bowl of cereal for breakfast. He packs a school bag and heads out the door at 7:45. He catches the school bus and arrives at school around 8:15. He stops by his locker to grab his books before his first class, which is math. He listens intently and takes careful notes. His next class is science, followed by English. He meets up with his friends in the cafeteria to eat lunch. After lunch, he has history and then goes to the gym. School lets out at 3 p.m. and he takes the bus home. Once he's home, he changes into more comfortable clothes, eats a snack, and starts his homework. After he's done with his schoolwork, he spends some time playing video games. He eats dinner with his family, then studies for a test before going to bed at 10 p.m. Now let's repeat that with a more natural rhythm. Kevin wakes up at 7, showers, eats cereal, and packs his bag. He leaves at 7:45 and takes the bus, reaching school by 8:15. He goes to class studying math, science, and English. He eats lunch with friends, then finishes the day with history and gym. He goes home, relaxes, does his homework, and eats dinner. He studies for a test and goes to bed. Let's do a quick Q&A shadowing for Kevin. Who is Kevin? He's a student. How old is he? 16. What time does he wake up? 7 a.m. How does he get to school? He takes the bus. What's his first class? Math. When does school let out? 3 p.m. What does he do after his homework and games? What time does he get to sleep? 10 p.m. Now let's shift our practice to polite conversation. Shadowing these dialogues is incredibly useful in a variety of real-life situations. Repeat after me and let's focus on sounding genuinely polite. Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a question? Not at all. Go right ahead. I was wondering where the nearest ATM is. It's just around the corner. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help. You're very welcome. Have a nice day. You too. Now let's practice that with more speed and emotion. Excuse me, can I ask something? Sure. Where's the ATM? Around the corner. Thanks. No problem. Have a great day. You too. Let's do a travel scenario. Hi there. I'd like to check in for my flight. Of course. May I see your passport, please? Yes, here it is. And how many bags will you be checking in? Just one. Do you have any carry-on luggage? Yes, just my backpack. All right, here's your boarding pass. Thank you. Thank you. Now let's try it faster. Hi, checking in. Passport, please. Here you go. Bags to check? 1. Carry-on. Backpack. Here's your pass. Thanks. As you repeat these dialogues, pay special attention to stress and intonation. English has a musical quality. Some words are stressed and others are soft. Shadowing helps you copy this musicality and sound more natural. Keep practicing your daily routines, short answers, emotional tones, and everyday conversations. This will build your fluency step by step. Let's continue building your speaking rhythm and fluency with more realistic and helpful examples. Now, we'll explore common travel-related phrases and daily communication that you can shadow along with me. These examples are incredibly useful whether you're planning a trip, chatting with friends, or just practicing your English in everyday situations. As always, repeat each sentence after me and focus on your pronunciation and flow. Let's begin with a travel conversation. Hi, I need to book a taxi to the airport. Certainly. What time would you like to be picked up? I need it for tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And what's your address? 22 Oakwood Street? My name is Rachel Green. Okay, the taxi will arrive promptly at 5:50 a.m. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Now let's repeat it more naturally. Hi, I need a taxi to the airport. Tomorrow at 6? Yes, my address? 22 Oakwood. Name, Rachel Green. Got it. Taxi at 5:50. Thanks. You're welcome. Let's practice some common airport announcements. Repeat after me. Flight 218 to London is now boarding at Gate 7. All passengers should proceed to the gate. Please have your passport and boarding pass ready for inspection. This is the final call for Flight 102 to New York. If you are on this flight, please make your way to Gate 12 immediately. Attention all passengers, due to inclement weather, some flights may be delayed. Please check the information screens for updated details. Now shadow them with more rhythm. London Flight 218, boarding at Gate 7. Please go to the gate now. Have your passport and boarding pass ready. Final call, Flight 102 to New York, Gate 12. Weather delay possible. Check screens for info. These phrases will help you feel confident when you're traveling. Next, let's practice polite questions in daily life. These will help you when you're asking for help or giving directions. Repeat after me. Could you possibly help me find this address? I can certainly try. What's the name of the street? It's Maple Street. Go straight ahead and make a left turn at the next light. Is it far from here? No, it's about a 5-minute walk. Thank you so much. Anytime. Now let's repeat it again, but faster. Can you help me? What's the street? Maple. Go straight, then left. Is it far? 5 minutes? Thanks a lot. No problem. Let's shadow some friendly introductions. Hi, I'm Alex. It's nice to meet you. Hi, Alex. I'm Jordan. Nice to meet you too. Where are you originally from? I'm from Canada, and you? I'm from Australia. Oh, that's cool. What do you do? I'm a student. That's great. Let's repeat that more naturally. Hey, I'm Alex. Jordan, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Canada, you? Australia, what do you do? I'm a student. Cool. Now let's go into a new story to practice a more advanced sentence structure. This story is about Lisa, a young woman who works from home. Lisa is a talented graphic designer who works for a company based in another city. She works remotely from her small apartment. She kicks off her day at 8 a.m. by making coffee and booting up her laptop. She spends the first hour of her day checking emails and responding to messages. She then jumps into her design projects. Around 11, she takes a quick break to stretch her legs. She eats a light lunch around noon. In the afternoon, she attends a video meeting with her team and works on a new presentation. She listens to soft instrumental music while she works, which helps her focus. She takes another short break at 3 p.m. before finishing her tasks by 5. She closes her laptop and tidies up her desk. In the evening, she goes for a brisk walk and catches up with her neighbor. After her walk, she comes home and cooks dinner. She watches a show or reads a book before calling it a night at 10 p.m. Now repeat Lisa's story in a more fluent tone. Lisa works from home, starts at 8, checks emails, and works on designs. She takes breaks, eats lunch, and joins meetings. She finishes by 5, and in the evening, she walks, talks with neighbors, eats dinner, watches TV, and reads before sleeping. Let's go over questions and answers from Lisa's story. What is Lisa's occupation? She's a graphic designer. Where does she work? From home. What time does she start her workday? At 8 a.m. What are her morning tasks? Email and design. When does she take her lunch break? Around noon. What about the afternoon? More work and meetings. What does she do in the evening? She walks, eats, and relaxes. When does she go to bed? At 10. Now let's try some quicker answers. Job, designer, work location, home, start time, 8, morning, emails, lunch, noon, afternoon, projects, evening, relax, sleep, 10. Let's practice a dialogue about ordering something online. Hello, I'd like to place an order for a few items. Certainly, what would you like? I'd like to order a blue t-shirt in a medium size. All right, anything else? Yes, I'd also like a pair of black sneakers, size 9. Got it. What's the delivery address? 15 Green Lane. Okay, you can expect to receive your order in about 3 to 5 business days. Thank you. Let's repeat that with a more fluency. Hi, I want to order. What would you like? Blue t-shirt, medium. Anything else? Black sneakers, size 9. Delivery address? 15 Green Lane. Delivery time? 3 to 5 days. Thanks. Now let's dive into a short day in the life of a college student named Ben. Ben is a college student who wakes up at 6:45 a.m. He goes for a quick 30-minute jog before coming back home and taking a shower. He makes himself a quick breakfast of eggs and toast before heading out the door for class by 8 a.m. His first class is economics, where he listens intently and takes detailed notes. After class, he grabs lunch in the cafeteria with his classmates. They often talk about their upcoming exams and assignments. In the afternoon, he attends his literature and biology classes. He visits the library to study and get a head start on his homework. He finishes up his assignments before going home. At home, he likes to rest for a bit and play his guitar. He eats pasta for dinner, then puts in another hour of studying before going to bed at 11. Now repeat that with less pause and a more natural flow. Ben jogs in the morning, eats breakfast, and heads to college. He studies economics, eats lunch with classmates, and attends more classes. He studies more in the library, then rests at home and plays guitar. He eats dinner, studies some more, and then goes to bed. Let's practice short answers about Ben. What time does Ben get up? 6:45. What's the first thing he does? He goes for a jog. What does he eat for breakfast? Eggs and toast. What's his first class? Economics. Who does he eat lunch with? His classmates. What does he do in the library? He studies. What does he do at home? He rests, plays guitar, and studies. When does he go to sleep? 11. Let's wrap up this part with shadowing sentences for everyday encouragement. Repeat after me and try to sound confident. You're doing a fantastic job. Keep at it every day. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Speaking gets easier with time. Listen closely and repeat often. You can absolutely speak English fluently. Trust in your abilities and believe in yourself. Your confidence will grow one step at a time. You are making progress every single day. Now again, but with more natural flow. Great job. Keep going. Don't worry about mistakes. Speaking gets easier. Listen and repeat. You'll speak fluently, believe it. Your confidence will grow. You're getting better every day. You're doing a fantastic job so far, and it's time to continue practicing with more real-world examples. Now we will explore how to shadow in different situations, such as going shopping, asking for help, talking with friends, and even handling phone conversations. These are everyday scenarios you might encounter, and by repeating these dialogues, your English will start to feel more natural and automatic. As always, listen carefully, repeat with me, and focus on your tone and pronunciation. Let's start with a shopping scene. Hello, may I help you find something? Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. What kind of jacket are you in search of? Something warm for the winter, perhaps. We have some lovely options right over here. What size are you looking for? Medium. Here's a medium. Feel free to try it on. Okay, thank you. It fits perfectly. I'll take it. Would you like to pay with a card or cash? Card, please. Great. You're all set. Thank you for shopping with us. Thanks, you too. Now repeat with more fluency and a natural flow. Hi, can I help you? Looking for a jacket. Winter jacket? Yes, right here. What size? Medium. Try this. Fits great. I'll buy it. Card or cash? Card. All done. Thanks. You too. Next, let's go through a few more practical sentences you can shadow and practice in daily life. Do you have this in a different color? What time do you open? How much is this? May I try this on? Where are the fitting rooms? Can I return this if it doesn't fit? I'm just browsing, thank you. These are common things you'll say while shopping. Repeat them with me again. Do you have this in blue? What time do you close? How much is it? Can I try it on? Where's the fitting room? Can I return it? Just looking, thanks. Now let's shadow a friendly phone conversation. Hello? Hi, is this John? Yes, who's calling? It's Rachel. We met at the meeting yesterday. Oh, yes. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing? I'm great. Thanks for asking. I was wondering if you'd be free to grab lunch tomorrow. That sounds wonderful. What time were you thinking? Around 1 o'clock? Perfect. I'll see you then. See you then. Bye. Repeat the same with a more natural tone. Hello? Hi, John? Yes, who's this? Rachel here from the meeting. Oh, hi. How's it going? Good. Free for lunch tomorrow? Sure. Time? 1 o'clock. Perfect. See you. Bye. Let's move into another daily conversation, asking for directions. Excuse me, could you help me, please? Sure. What can I do for you? I'm trying to locate the post office. Go straight ahead and then take a left at the traffic light. Is it a long way from here? It's about a 10-minute walk. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Now let's go faster. Excuse me, need help? Yes, post office. Straight, then left. Far? 10 minutes walking. Thanks. You're welcome. We're going to practice a mini story about a woman named Priya who works in a bakery. Priya gets up at the crack of dawn around 4 a.m. She washes her face, gets dressed, and walks to the bakery, which is just a few blocks away. She unlocks the store, turns on the lights, and puts on her apron. She starts her day by mixing flour and sugar, preparing to bake fresh bread and cookies. The shop is soon filled with the irresistible aroma of baked goods. She prepares coffee for her first customers who start arriving at 6 a.m. She greets the first customer with a smile and serves him a croissant and coffee. As more customers arrive, she takes orders, makes change, and chats with her regulars. At 11 a.m., she takes a short break and enjoys a sandwich. After her break, she returns to the counter, restocks the shelves, and cleans the counters. At 3 p.m., she closes the bakery, counts the cash, and walks home. She takes a quick nap and then spends her evening cooking dinner and watching a movie with her sister. Now repeat Priya's day with a smoother flow. Priya wakes up at 4, gets dressed, and walks to the bakery. She bakes bread, serves coffee, chats with customers, and takes a break. She closes at 3, goes home, rests, eats, and watches a movie. Let's shadow some short questions from her story. What time does Priya wake up? 4 a.m. Where does she work? In a bakery. What does she bake? Bread and cookies. When does she open the shop? 6 a.m. What does she do at noon? She takes a short break. When does she close? 3 p.m. What does she do in the evening? She cooks and watches a movie. Now repeat with shorter answers. Wake up. 4. Workplace. Bakery. Bake. Bread. Open time. 6. Break. Noon. Close. 3. Evening. Dinner and a movie. Let's move on to some common expressions used in restaurants. Repeat after me. May I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? I'll have the pasta. Could I get this without the onions? I'm allergic to nuts. May I have a glass of water? This food is absolutely delicious. Could I get the bill, please? I'd like to pay with a card. Please keep the change. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Now again with more flow. Menu, please. Any recommendations? I'll take the pasta. No onions, please. I'm allergic to nuts. Water, please. Tastes great. Bill, please. Card, okay. Keep the change. Thanks, you too. Now let's practice with a short mini dialogue using some of these phrases. Hello, welcome to our restaurant. A table for two? Yes, please. Could we possibly sit by the window? That would be lovely. Here are your menus. Thank you. Can I get you something to drink? Just water for now. Are you ready to order? Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken. And I'll have the pasta. Anything else for you? No, that's all for now. Thank you. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. Let's repeat that with speed and rhythm. Welcome. 2 people? Yes. Window seat? Lovely. Menus here? Drinks? Just water. Ready? Chicken. Pasta. Anything else? That's all. Enjoy. Thanks. Let's shadow some short questions from her story. What time does Priya wake up? 4 a.m. Where does she work? In a bakery. What does she bake? Bread and cookies. When does she open the shop? 6 a.m. What does she do at noon? She takes a short break. When does she close? 3 p.m. What does she do in the evening? She cooks and watches a movie. Now repeat with shorter answers. Wake up. 4. Workplace. Bakery. Bake. Bread. Open time. 6. Break. Noon. Close. 3. Evening. Dinner and a movie. Let's move on to some common expressions used in restaurants. Repeat after me. May I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? I'll have the pasta. Could I get this without the onions? I'm allergic to nuts. May I have a glass of water? This food is absolutely delicious. Could I get the bill, please? I'd like to pay with a card. Please keep the change. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Now again with more flow. Menu, please. Any recommendations? I'll take the pasta. No onions, please. I'm allergic to nuts. Water, please. Tastes great. Bill, please. Card, okay. Keep the change. Thanks, you too. Now let's practice with a short mini dialogue using some of these phrases. Hello, welcome to our restaurant. A table for two? Yes, please. Could we possibly sit by the window? That would be lovely. Here are your menus. Thank you. Can I get you something to drink? Just water for now. Are you ready to order? Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken, and I'll have the pasta. Anything else for you? No, that's all for now. Thank you. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. Let's repeat that with speed and rhythm. Welcome. 2 people? Yes. Window seat? Lovely. Menus here. Drinks? Just water. Ready? Chicken. Pasta. Anything else? That's all. Enjoy. Thanks. You're doing very well keeping up with these shadowing exercises. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about practicing every day, repeating real sentences, and letting your brain and mouth work together. Even if you make small mistakes, keep going. The more you shadow, the more fluent you will become. Just like music, English has a rhythm. When you speak it regularly, it becomes a part of you. Try repeating your daily activities out loud in English, using the same structure. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I go outside, I drink tea, I talk with a friend. I listen to music. This habit will make you comfortable and confident in no time. Let's continue now with one more daily story for advanced shadowing practice. This one is about a young woman named Anna who lives in New York City. Anna is a 22-year-old recent university graduate who now works at a fast-paced marketing agency in Manhattan. Every morning, she wakes up around 7:15 a.m. and checks her messages while still in bed. She then gets up and heads to the kitchen, where she makes coffee and prepares toast with peanut butter. She listens to the morning news while she eats. After breakfast, she takes a shower and gets dressed, usually in a stylish pair of jeans and a blazer. By 8:30, she's out the door and walking to the subway station. She takes the train to her office, a 25-minute commute. During her commute, she listens to English podcasts to hone her language skills. She gets to the office just before 9 a.m., greets her coworkers, and dives into her email inbox. Throughout the morning, she works on social media posts, answers client messages, and prepares reports. She takes a quick coffee break at 11, where she briefly chats with a colleague before getting back to her desk. At 1 p.m., Anna grabs a quick lunch, like a sandwich or a salad, and sometimes eats outside if the weather is nice. In the afternoon, she attends a team meeting and works on a new marketing plan. She writes and edits content for clients before her workday ends at 5:30 p.m. She leaves the office and stops by a nearby bookstore where she often buys a new book or two. After that, she takes the subway home. At home, she takes a short rest, changes into comfortable clothes, and starts making dinner. She enjoys cooking pasta or a vegetable stir-fry. She eats dinner while watching her favorite English TV show. Around 9 p.m., she reviews the new vocabulary she learned that day, writing the new words in a notebook. Before heading to bed, she listens to some soft music or reads a few pages of a book. She turns off her lights and is asleep by 10:30 p.m. Now let's repeat the story with shorter, more natural phrases. Anna wakes up, checks messages, makes coffee, and eats breakfast. She showers, gets dressed, and leaves for work. She takes the subway, listens to podcasts, and works at the office. She works on social media and emails. She takes a coffee break and chats with a colleague. After lunch, she joins a meeting and creates content. She finishes work, visits a bookstore, and heads home. She cooks, eats, watches a show, and reviews vocabulary. She reads before sleeping. Let's try some questions and answers about Anna's routine. Who is Anna? She's a young woman working in marketing. Where does she live? In New York City. What time does she get up? 7:15 a.m. What does she do after breakfast? She takes a shower and gets dressed. How does she commute to work? By subway. What does she do at work? Social media, emails, and meetings. What does she do after work? She visits a bookstore and goes home. What does she do before sleeping? She reviews vocabulary and reads. Now repeat with shorter responses. Name, Anna, job, marketing, city, New York, wake up time, 7:15, commute, subway, tasks, emails and content, after work, bookstore and home, night, vocabulary and reading. Now we'll do a few more daily dialogues to end our shadowing session with useful and practical speaking practice. First, at a coffee shop. Hi, what can I get for you? Could I get a single cappuccino, please? Any sugar or milk? No sugar, but a little bit of milk would be great. Small or large? Large, please. All right, that'll be $4. Here you go. Thanks, your drink will be ready in a moment. Again, but faster. Hi, what'll you have? Cappuccino? Sugar or milk? Just milk. Size? Large? $4. Here. Thanks, ready soon. Now let's practice a conversation at a clothing store. Excuse me, do you happen to have this shirt in a larger size? Let me check for you. Yes, we have it in large and extra large sizes. Great, I'll take the large. Would you like to try it on? Yes, where are the fitting rooms? They're just over there. It fits perfectly, I'll buy it. Wonderful, please come to the counter. Will that be cash or card? Card, please. You're all set. Thanks for shopping with us. Now repeat fluently. Have this in large? Yes, large and extra large. I'll take it large. Fitting room? That way. It fits? I'll buy it. Card, please. Done, thanks. Let's end with some positive encouragement and useful phrases to shadow that you can say to yourself every day. Repeat after me. I can speak English clearly. I'm getting better every day. I practice with confidence. I learn from my mistakes. I truly enjoy speaking English. I believe in myself. My English is constantly improving. I'm proud of the progress I'm making. Every day is a new opportunity to improve. I will keep going and I will never give up. Now again, but smoother. I speak clearly. I improve daily. I'm confident. I learn from mistakes. I enjoy learning. I believe in myself. My English improves. I'm proud. Every day counts.
This is English in Native Voice. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.